What's fascinating to me, Chase, is there is a silver lining for the buyers in the market right now. And that is, as investors look for a safe harbor during times like this, they tend to buy treasury bonds because they're safer. As they go out and buy those, what happens is the price goes up and then that reduces the yields. Now, mortgage rates are historically correlated to the 10-year treasury, which has dropped more than 40 basis points since the beginning of March. That has had an impact where we've actually seen mortgage rates come down, although they are still volatile, right? They're going up and down in a very small range. That would be the silver lining, if there is any, with regards to this particular story.
Yep, you're right, Bruce. It's going to be one we're going to continue to keep our eye on, particularly if there's a chance that the federal government will stop raising the rates, even if it's temporary. We'll have to see if that's...
In fact, the report found that 98% of the total share of real estate search portal traffic belongs to the top 10 sites. And nearly half of that share belongs to Zillow alone.
Yep.
Now, what we do know, Chase, is that when Zillow reported their quarterly earnings report this year and their annual report for 2022, is 1.4 billion came from marketing to agents. So that's 1.4 billion in commission dollars that are now being converted to Zillow dollars. So this is why I say this is scary. And I'd like to just say to our listeners, this is why you need to double down on your sphere of influence. Because when somebody controls that much, who gets to dictate the cost of those leads? Is it the realtors?
Nope, you're right, Bruce. And Gary Keller's been encouraging us around the fact that if we don't have the eyeballs, we better have the relationship. And that's what you're saying, right? Because Zillow is never going to have a personal relationship with Uncle Joe, who's in my sphere of influence, right? If I do my job well, I don't have to worry about where Uncle Joe's looking around online because Uncle Joe's going to call me.
Of the top 500 firms, 359, or roughly 72% of the affiliates, were franchised to either Keller Williams, Remax, Anywhere, or Berkshire Hathaway. Now, that's up from 69% a year ago. So we're seeing more firms who are in franchise organizations filling out that top 500. In fact, of those four firms, Keller Williams recorded the most transaction sides in 2023, and that's based on 2022 numbers, at 811,076 sides. They also had the most sales volume with $342.5 billion. Keller Williams also had the largest number of franchise affiliates in the top 500 at 191. And the top-ranked Keller Williams affiliate, Dallas-Fort Worth-based Keller Williams Realty Go network offices, our good buddy Smokey Garrett, comes in at number 12 by transaction sides and number 16 by sales volume. Now, Chase, I think this is really fascinating because you and I know this, right? All of our franchises are independently owned and operated. But people outside of Keller Williams look at Keller Williams as Keller Williams.
Yep. We are one brand and we're one company, Bruce, as it pertains to what we mean to the consumer. This is a big deal. What is that? A 3.5% reduction in interest, especially in this day and age, is massive. Of course, we want to be honoring to all of our veterans, and particularly Native American veterans. But why is that, Bruce? Partly because a lot of the land and homes that they would look to purchase, although not all, are on reservations. And most of that land is in trust, which means that traditionally it's been hard to find capital or get financing for some of those purchases because there's some nuance to who can lien the property because it's in trust. That's been traditionally challenging. John Bell III, who's the executive director of the VA Loan Guarantee Service, said that Native American veterans are now able to more affordably buy, build, and improve homes on trust land. That's a key element that makes this really, really important for those specific borrowers.